to the newest edition of TNI News with your host, JC. Captain America here. So I hear you don't think there's a live studio audience here, that it's just for JC's ego. Well, take it from me, a talking action figure, and if you can't believe a talking action figure, then who can you believe? You're 100% right! Thank you, Cap. Thank you, Cap, for trying to come to my defense. But in all seriousness, folks, I hear you. I read you guys' feedback, positive and negative, and there have been plenty of people who have told me they've really liked recent changes to the channel. Of course, there are some who say they don't, some who give constructive criticism, and then there are those guys that are like, dude, you suck, get the frick out of here. I get it, and obviously everything I try is not going to be a 100% hit. I get that as well. But, I'm trying to have some fun here, so this is as much about me as it is for you. I am hoping to create something that will, over time, evolve into something that most people do like and enjoy, going beyond just regurgitating news. I mean, I could go to TNI and just read down the news, which I've done that before, along with 20 other guys, just regurgitating the news that like we've already reported on the website. So I'm trying to create something a little more fun, and again, for myself, just to try and be more creative, but also, again, just to liven things up. So am I going to say things that are going to piss people off? I'm sure. I already have. And, if you put yourself out there, if in the public eye, even a small public eye like this channel, you're still going to get people that don't like what you're doing. So again, I get it. I am listening. I try to take into account negative and positive feedback. It's not like I'm going to sit here and say, you're trying to censor me for saying you don't like my content. No, not at all. But I do have some more changes coming to the channel in the very near future, hopefully by next week. In fact, I've reached out to some folks because it's beyond my skill level to try and create something that's even better than what I've been doing. So more in keeping with this particular channel. So even if you don't like the crowd cheering and the intro at the beginning of the show, hopefully you might like what I'm going to be bringing to it here in the near future. Maybe not. I don't know. I think if you do like or even remotely like what I've been doing, I think you'll definitely get a kick out of what's to come. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out there, that I do hear you. I do hear your feedback. I'm not going to always, just because somebody says I suck, I'm not going to stop doing, because again, I'm doing this as much for my enjoyment, having fun, trying to be creative, as it is that I'm trying to bring you guys something, that you will enjoy, sit down and watch. So, but anyway, enough of that. Let's get on to today's show. So let's start off with some news on the McFarlane toy front. And just today, McFarlane Toys started to preview images for their new Justice League of America Build-A-Figure wave. The first figure they previewed was Aquaman, and then the second figure that they've previewed so far is Superman, which is the electric blue Superman, when he got all like electricity. Now, that if they're doing the blue Superman here, that the red Superman, there was a blue and a red one, so the red one's probably going to be a Platinum Edition figure. So hopefully you like the blue one better, but if you're a fan of red, I would bet money that it's going to be a Platinum figure. Now, the other figures that are slated for this wave is another version of Batman. Yeah, I know, right? Batman. And then also another John Stewart Green Lantern figure. And I don't know what the Batman will look like or the John Stewart, how it will differ from the previous John Stewart that we got. But those are the other two figures that are supposed to be in this wave. I don't know if they will finish previewing the entire wave today or if they'll spread it out over the course of the next few days. And of course, I don't know what the Build-A-Figure is. I only know the other figures because those were in the overseas listings, but they do not give you the name of the Build-A-Figure with those. So we'll have to wait and see what the actual Build-A-Figure in this wave is going to be. But the figures themselves are going to be going up for pre-order starting next week on March 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And these should be available pretty much everywhere, including our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. Now, speaking of overseas product listings, this week we also got a new batch of those via overseas retailers and distributors. So we talked about this last night in fairly decent detail in my live stream, and you can find the entire list over on Toy News International, and you can see as I'm scrolling down here all the figures that are coming. Things that stood out to me is a classic Darkseid Mega figure. There's also going to be a Joker and Punchline 2-pack, Sergeant Rock, and as we were talking about last night, it will be interesting to see what kind of accessories they include with Sergeant Rock, who is a military guy. So with the whole no guns with DC figures, thanks to Warner Brothers, I have no idea what the accessories will be. And this is actually, this is part of the DC Collector Edition line, which generally has more accessories in it. So definitely will be interested to see how they handle that. And then we've got new 6-inch figures from the Batman I believe these are from the live action series, or more specifically, most of these are probably based on the 66 Batman DC comic. So we've got Nightwing, who of course never appeared in the TV series, but did appear in the comics, a Space Batman, a Wax Robin, no clue what that is, Bookworm, and then Alfred, which is probably the one I definitely will want to get because I'd love to have a 66 Batman TV series version of Alfred. And then also it looks like McFarlane is expanding their movie Maniacs line to also start including musicians. So Music Maniacs, as they're being listed as, Rob Zombie and Trooper Eddie. So NECA has done some of these guys in figure form, so now McFarlane looks like is taking a shot as well. And McFarlane may have done these back in the day, I can't remember. But again, these are all product listings that have not yet been officially confirmed by McFarlane. It should be noted that. And, 9 times out of 10, in fact, I'd even go almost as far as saying 10 times out of 10, these listings do end up being correct, but we'll just have to wait and see. The new round of DC Page Puncher 7-inch figures went up for pre-order this week. Now, these have sold out in some places, like Big Bad Toy Store, but I do believe these are available still at, like, Amazon. Most of these, at least, are available at Amazon and Entertainment Earth. So these are based on an exclusive comic being called Superman Ghosts of Krypton. So these are kind of, figures that are based on these exclusive comics included with the figures. Again, these are 7-inch figures. We're getting a cyborg type Superman, though the cyborg pieces appear to be removable. We're getting Val Zod, so Superman from Earth 2. We're getting Ghost of Zod with translucent pieces, and then Brainiac. So again, these figures went up for pre-order early this week. They cost $24.99 each. And, other than maybe Big Bad Toy Store, I think they are still available at most other e-tailers. Also this week, we got the official confirmation that there will be, in fact, a Platinum Edition version of the Knightsend Azrael Batman figure. So with the classic blue and gold colors. So as a Platinum figure, that means this is a chase figure. It means generally it's one per case that gets inserted with the other figures. So, how it's possible they could include more, but generally the general rule of thumb is one figure per case with these chase figures. And I don't have a case breakdown on these, so, I can't tell you how readily available this is going to be. Obviously, this one I think is going to be in high demand. The other figure, the first appearance Batman figure from Detective Comics, also has a Platinum Edition figure. So the purple gloves is the regular version, and then the blue gloves and blue highlights is the Platinum Edition. So I don't think these really have started to hit shelves. Some of the McFarlane influencer folks like Ahsoka the Geek have been sent these figures by McFarlane Toys, but I don't think these have actually started to hit any kind of retail shelves. So again, there's really no way of knowing exactly how readily available these Platinum Series figures will be. Some places like Amazon, Target, Walmart, if you order these figures, can randomly send them to you. Other places like Big Bad Toy Store, if they get enough, will sell them separately, though, admittedly at a higher cost. Usually, if it's a $20 figure, they usually sell it for about $40. So we'll have to wait and see. I definitely, again, that Knightsend blue and gold Batman figure, I think will definitely be in pretty high demand.
And then finally from McFarlane Toys, also this week, we got the reveal of their new movie Maniacs Fallout figures. I do use the word figure loosely since these figures have very minimal articulation. They're about 6 inches. Now, of course, Fallout is a very popular video game, but it is also going to be a new Amazon series. We just got the new trailer for that this week as well, and that is what these figures are actually based on, the Amazon series. Now, with some of these figures, it was a little unclear on exactly where they were getting released, so Amazon put these up for pre-order before anybody else did, which is nothing really new with Amazon and McFarlane. They almost always jump the gun on the embargo pre-order dates on McFarlane products because, they don't really care. But with these, because they are based on the Amazon series, it's possible they actually just, were given, the okay to put them up before anybody else. And one of the figures that went up on Amazon, but no other e-tailers other than the McFarlane store, was the Vault Boy figure, which is listed as a gold label figure. So I'm going to say this was an Amazon/McFarlane store exclusive. They have sold out at both places, so that Vault Boy figure is currently sold out at the 2 retailers that appear to be carrying it. Whether they get more in stock or not, I don't know. These figures cost $24.99 each, and again, they do have minimum articulation and are said to be about 6 inches. The other figures, the Ghoul, Maximus, and Lucy, those have been available everywhere. So Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, McFarlane Store, those are definitely general releases. However, there's also an Amazon exclusive 3-pack that has the Ghoul, Maximus, and Lucy. And this is where things get a little confusing as well, because there's this image that says there's the alternate head included, unhelmeted head for Maximus included in the 3-pack. But then Todd put out a video, hyping these figures, and he shows us a platinum edition of Maximus with the unhelmeted head, but yeah, he says it's included in the 3-pack, just like the description. So I'm going to say, even though McFarlane is very unclear about this, I'm going to say there's probably an unhelmeted head with the Amazon 3-pack version, and or you could try and get a platinum edition version of Maximus without the helmet. So again, that's kind of an assumption on my part because we have some conflicting information, but I think that's probably the case. So if you want the unhelmeted head, it is probably just easier to go to Amazon and get that 3-pack as opposed to trying to hunt around for the Platinum Edition version. And if there is no unhelmeted head with the exclusive 3-pack, then blame McFarlane and Amazon for false advertising, because they clearly say that the 3-pack, which is going to cost you about $60 and is still available on the Amazon website, does have an alternate unhelmeted head included in the set. And then in other DC comic news from Lego, we've got a new Batman the Animated Series City set. So this is going to come with a number of different minifigures: Catwoman, Batman, Harley Quinn, and Joker. You also get things like a little miniature Batmobile and some other stuff. So it's pretty cool. It does have a very hefty price tag. Not that I'm sure that surprises too many Lego collectors. This one's going to cost you about $300. It's supposed to be going up for pre-order at places like the Lego store starting on April 4th. So for you Batman Animated Series fans, if you're into Lego, this is something that you might want to check out. And then Spin Master looks like it's going to be doing Michael Keaton Batman 86 movie products. So, they had done stuff from the new Flash movie, but now it looks like they're going back to that original movie. You can see they're doing a Michael Keaton 4-inch figure on a single card back. Also, it looks like they're doing a Batwing. Now, these images come via Sunny, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce the rest of their name. This appears to be from an overseas toy fair show, maybe in Mexico or something. I'm not sure. The person who posted the video doesn't seem to really speak English, so I don't have a lot of specific details for you. But again, it does look like Spin Master is extending their 4-inch stuff to include products from the 86 Batman movie, and no, I don't think we'll end up seeing a Jack Nicholson Joker figure, unfortunately. And then that very same person in that very same video also went by what appeared to be the Jakks Pacific booth, where we got a glimpse at upcoming new Simpsons products. So it was actually announced, kind of went under the radar, but it was announced during their Q3 2023 financial reporting that they had obtained the Simpsons license and would be doing Simpson products. So looks like they're doing various products, maybe some play sets, figures, larger figures. You know, again, not a lot of details here. The person just really went by this stuff really fast, and so I'm not even sure they realized what it is that they were filming. But like I say, here's our first look at Simpsons products coming from Jakks Pacific. All right, now let's jump into some Marvel news. So with Marvel Legends going up for pre-order this week was that VHS 2-pack with the Doctor Strange and Morbius. I told you last week that I thought it would be going up sometime this week, and it is now available. So this is a Pulse exclusive, so you have to go to the Hasbro Pulse website if you want to get this one. Eventually, it will probably be released at other places, like we've seen with the other animated series stuff that was originally Pulse exclusives, but for right now, again, it is exclusive to the Hasbro Pulse website. And then we also have some new in-hand images via Dan Yon of the Daredevil Hydro Man 2-pack that is also available for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse. So the spotted Daredevil, as I call it, in that Hydro Man figure, which I think that Daredevil figure definitely in certain poses looks good with all the black cell shading. In other poses and more static poses, I don't think it looks that good. But, so if you're going to put this guy in dynamic poses, the Daredevil, I think it will definitely be a cool looking figure. Hydro Man with the white highlights, if you're a big fan of translucent figures, then I think you'll definitely want to check that one out. And then also, we've got the official images and information for the 2 Walmart Collector Con Marvel Legend figures, the Captain America Secret Empire figure, and the Spider-Man Animated Series Prowler figure. So these will be going up on Walmart's website for the first day of the Walmart Collector Con, which is next week on March 14th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to make sure you get your hands on these, I'm not sure they're going to sell out, but if you want to get your hands on these, then again, the 14th, all the Hasbro Walmart Collector Con stuff looks like it's going to be going up on the 14th. It is a 2-day event, and it does look like there's going to be stuff that didn't go up on the 14th that will be going up on the 15th, which I'll be going into more detail here in just a few minutes. Now, just today, Hasbro's Dan Yon also said that besides the 2 Walmart exclusive figures next week, there would be a 3rd Marvel Legend figure going up for pre-order. Now, he did not specifically say it would be something going up for pre-order at Walmart, so my guess is it's not something Walmart related. It is possibly going to be one of those fan channel exclusives that they revealed during their last live stream, so either the Fantastic Four 2-pack or the Shield 3-pack. There is a pre-order listing on the 14th on the Entertainment Earth website on their Drop Zone page. The hint is not entirely clear, but it says something along the lines of Out of This World, which might be a reference to the Fantastic Four 2-pack, I don't know. But again, besides the 2 Marvel Legend Walmart exclusives going up for pre-order next week, it definitely appears to be there will be something else going up for pre-order next week. And when I get more specific details on that, I will be sure to let you guys know. And then also, speaking of pre-orders for next week from Hasbro and the Entertainment Earth Drop Zone page, there is another item on the 14th that would suggest possibly the next Transformer GIJoe crossover figure, which, if rumors are correct, would be the triple T tank with the Sergeant Slaughter, 3 3/4 inch figure, the triple T tank that transforms into Cup. So I won't say that for sure, but again, I think that pre-order might be coming next week. There is another Transformer live stream next week. In fact, they're doing a total of 4 Transformer live streams this month, so it would kind of correspond with that live stream, so it would make sense that they would show off that new Transformer GIJoe crossover figure, and then it would go up for pre-order that day. Before we delve into the rest of the Walmart Collector Con exclusives that got revealed yesterday, I wanted to share this interview I did. I had reached out to Walmart because, Walmart's been doing this Walmart Collector Con for like 4 years now. They do it twice a year in the fall and the summertime. And it just, it seems like they really want to just embrace the adult action figure collector and show their appreciation. So I reached out to Walmart, got a hold of this executive who wanted to remain, didn't want his identity put out there. But I was able to ask him some questions just to see, what the goal of the Walmart Collector Con actually was.
See, the whole idea behind Collector Con started during COVID.
we knew everybody was going into lockdown and would no longer be coming to our stores. And Mark, who was our marketing director at the time, came up with the idea. And see, Mark had worked his way up through, the ranks here at Walmart. He started out as a stock boy, and he would tell us these stories about how these obnoxious collectors would come into the store and, expect us to do our job, like stocking the shelves with actual new product, and or like if we didn't do that, then like would ask that we go in the back room and see if we actually had it sitting there. And he would tell us how, like, he wouldn't tell this to the customer, of course, but he would be thinking in his head, of course not, because I've already cleared out the stock and put everything up on eBay. But anyway, so we came up with this idea of Collector Con, because we knew like events like San Diego also were going to be going on hiatus, and we thought it would be a great marketing ploy to get all these collectors to come to our website and try and buy this, exclusive items. And of course, we essentially forced the toy manufacturers to give us these exclusives. If they didn't, we threatened to tell them, we wouldn't carry your products in our stores anymore. And of course, that always works. But the idea is just really, kind of get them to come in and buy all our stuff. And, that first year was a huge success. Most of our items sold out instantly. Probably some of it was from scalpers, but, we don't really care. As long as money's money, it doesn't matter whether it's from a scalper or an actual collector. So that was great. And then Joe was like, you know what? Let's have some fun with these guys. Let's start shipping these so-called collectibles in envelopes and watch them get all pissed. So that was good. And then it was like, well, even better. Let's wait 6 months after they've pre-ordered these things, and then let's just cancel their orders. So yeah, it's really just ended up being this way where we could have some fun with these guys. We know how uptight and anal retentive collectors can be, so it was really just for laughs and to get these guys, the scalpers, to come and buy all our stuff, thinking that they could resell it at 2 or 3 times the cost. And whether they did or not, we really didn't care. But like I said, it worked, and so we've been doing it ever since. Yeah, we don't really give a crap about the collectors. But you know what? I've got to go. My private jet's going to be taking off soon. I've had to work the last 3 days, and so I'm taking a little vacation. So, all you guys out there who are watching, I know you're going to be on our site next week. If it crashes or starts running slow, don't complain. Just be happy you're getting these exclusives. And, of course, we'll probably cancel them on you and send them in envelopes, because that gag never gets old. But anyway, thanks for taking the time to talk with me, and good luck next week. Well, okay, I guess they don't really appreciate the adult action figure collector. Who knew? So welcome back to the show, and let's just delve into the rest of the Walmart Collector Con exclusives that should be going up next week. So all the Hasbro stuff is going up on the first day, on the 14th. So I already talked about the Marvel stuff. For Star Wars fans, we've got the Black Series Night Owl figure, along with the Astromech droid for Grief Karga, the R4 6DO figure. So both of those figures will be going up again on the 14th. And then for you Transformer fans, we have 4 figures that are going up for pre-order. These look to be mostly repaint type figures. So we've got Lockdown, which is going to cost you $24.97. Then we've got Star Raider Flitch, which is going to cost you also $24.97. These are about 5.5 inch tall figures. And then we've got the Voyager class Star Raider Ferric, I guess is how you say it, which is apparently just a Cyclonus repaint. So that one's about 7 inches tall, and it's going to cost you about $34.97. And then finally, we've got the Deluxe Star Raider Cannonball figure. This is another 5.5 inch figure, which again will cost $24.97. So again, all 4 of those figures will be going up for pre-order on the 14th. And then finally for GIJoe, it looks like we're only getting one GIJoe classified item, though it is a vehicle. It is a repainted vehicle. It is the Ram Cycle that has been repainted in Night Force colors, along with a repainted Shockwave figure. So again, done in Night Force type colors. And he's also got that drone that originally came with Firefly. So this one's going to cost you about $55, and like with the other Hasbro stuff, it will be going up on the 14th. And then another real quick GIJoe classified news. For those of you who pre-ordered the Vamp Jeep with clutch figure, which was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, for those of you who pre-ordered it when it initially went up last year, it looks like it's going to start shipping out to folks. Notification just said soon, but I'm thinking probably as soon as next week. Now, that is actually available for pre-order again, at least as I was filming this. It was available again on Hasbro Pulse. It had sold out previously. But if you missed out on it, you do have another opportunity at it. Though I don't know, like if you pre-order it now, I don't know if it will ship out as early as next week. It might take longer to ship out. But like I say, if you missed out on it and you still want to add this to your collection, it costs about $100. It is currently available on the Hasbro Pulse website. I also just want to take a moment to jump back into some Transformer news. So Hasbro has released some new painted prototype images of that Hasbro Haslab Omega Prime figure, so giving us a much better look at that figure, which is fully funded. You've got about a week to go before the campaign ends, so if you still haven't backed it and you want to, you've got a little more time left, but the campaign is fully funded. Both stretch goals have been unlocked, so everything, if you do decide to pre-order that one, everything will be included. And the final bit of Transformer news I have for you guys is that there's a new Blaster figure with Eject, the cassette Eject. This is being sold as a Target store exclusive here in the United States. This is a reissue. We've gotten Blaster before. The Eject is different because the previous Eject had translucent plastic. This is solid. It's part of the 86 animated movie studio series line. This figure is going to cost you $34.99. Again, it is a Target store exclusive. Went up for pre-order yesterday. And last time I checked, it was still available on the Target website. Now, NECA will also have some product going up on the Walmart website next week for Collector Con. They're even having some type of live stream on the Walmart website next week. The NECA stuff will not be going up until the 15th on Friday. And I don't think any of this is actually exclusive to Walmart. It looks like they're just getting first dibs. So first of all, we have another one of those vintage Dungeons and Dragons figures that will be going up. This is the second one to be released in this 50th anniversary line with the vintage style card back. This is the War Duke figure. So I won't swear to it, but I don't think this is a Walmart exclusive. I just think they're getting first dibs. But if you want to add this one to your collection, Walmart is probably where you'll want to go. Again, on the 15th at 10 a.m., and that one's going to cost you $30. The last Ronin version of Casey Jones, which again, I don't think is a Walmart exclusive, but that will be going up next week. And that one, based on the IDW series, and that one's going to cost you $35. For you monster fans, we've got the Lon Chaney London After Midnight Edward C. Burke 7-inch figure, which will also cost you $35. So again, I don't think it's a Walmart exclusive. And then the final figure from NECA for Walmart Collector Con will be another 7-inch scale Ghostface. This is the Ghostface Inferno figure, and this one is again going to cost you about $35. And then also real quick in NECA news this week, we got the pre-order that went live on the NECA store website for the second piece in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle animated series sewer diorama set. So this is Donatello's lab. The first one was the living room set that went up last year. Same price as the living room set at $300. You have until April 2nd to pre-order this if you want to add it to your collection. Again, it is a NECA store exclusive, and again, the price is $300. And then in other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle news, we have official images for that BST AXN IDW comic-inspired Alopex figure, the White Wolf figure. So we had seen some images previously. I've talked about this figure coming, but now we have these official images. Still don't have like a specific release date or anything like that, other than according to the loyal subjects, this figure will be released soon. Okay, now let's delve into some Mattel figures that will be made available during the Walmart Collector Con. And again, these will be going up on the 15th, not the 14th. So we've got quite a few different wrestling figures. We also have some wrestling figures from Jazwares, which I'll get into. But for Mattel and WWE, we have an Ultimate Edition Monday Night War Eddie Guerrero figure. We also have a new Monday Night War Mankind figure. And then in other WWE Monday Night Wars figures for Elite Wave 3, we have from the Harlem Heat, Stevie Ray and Booker T. We've got a new Rob Van Dam figure, a new Rock figure, and this wave has a Build-A-Figure NWO Disciple. And these again will be available on Walmart's website next week on the 15th. And then, as I said, there would also be some AEW figures going up during Walmart Collector Con from Jazwares. So for you Jazware fans, we've got the Walmart exclusive Young Bucks figures, both of which, again, will be going up on the 15th. And then AEW also has yet another Sting figure for you. He just retired. So this is the AEW Unrivaled Supreme Walmart exclusive version. That's going to cost you about $40. You get multiple head sculpts with this one, multiple hands, the baseball bat, and the trench coat, which is removable. Now, jumping back to Mattel and switching over to Masters of the Universe, we've got 5 different Masters of the Universe figures that will be going up during the Collector Con event, all of which, again, will be going up on the 15th. So we've got 2 Turtles of Grayskull figures going up, so the Krang figure and the Moss Man figure. And then for just regular Origins, those Snake Men figures that we've seen images for are going up as well. So Lord Grasp and Terror both will be available next week on the 15th. And again, 10 a.m. Eastern Time is the start time for that. And then also for you Masters of the Universe fans, we have that new Snout Spout figure that will be going up on the Mattel Creations website for pre-order next week on the 12th, starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. This one's going to cost you about $33. So I told you about this figure last week, but now we have new official images and details. So the figure is going to include his backpack, belt, hose, axe, and an extra pair of hands and tusk. You're going to get a water blast effect. Now originally I thought this was actually going to have shooting water ability like the original figure. I think I read that wrong. I think they're just talking about a plastic water effect that you can stick onto his spout. So I don't think this will actually shoot water like the original figure. But you do, again, get that plastic water shooting effect. So, you know, probably most people aren't really that interested in getting their figure all wet. And then it has light piping in the eyes, so you know you can get that light up eye effect if you put your figure under a light. So again, this one's going to cost you about $33, and it's going to be available. It looks like it is going to be Mattel Creations exclusive, but again, we'll be going up next week on the 12th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys this week. As always, please feel free to share your thoughts, your feedback, and your input down in the comments section below. Also, if you're so kind, please like this video. If you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing and hitting that bell notification. That way you're alerted every time I upload a new video. As always, guys, stay safe out there. Have a great weekend, and until next time, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also, hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to ToyNewsEye.com, MarvelousNews.com, JediInsider.com, and TFormers.com. And remember, action figures are great,